I said earlier the self-development industry is broken. It is worth over $50 billion per year. If it worked, right, it would be shrinking, wouldn't it? I'm about to tell you why that number is not a success story. It's a confession. My co-founder, Stephen J. Manning, put it in one line. He said, and I just haven't been able to shake this. While you are sitting there waiting for that miracle, close your eyes real tight, and wish to become taller, better looking, thinner, and richer. And while you're at it, wish for the lawn to mow itself. Nobody does that. Everybody knows wishing does not cut grass. So why do we keep wishing for the body, the business, the bank balance, instead of building them, working for that? So stay with me, because it gets worse the closer that you look. Courses. Someone pays $847 for a personal mentorship and a private community. Then the creator and the moderators go quiet for months. There are no answers, no refunds, coaching. Encouragement from a stranger. Thousands of dollars a month. And as someone put it on X in 6 words, right? I'll read this for you. Is there a bigger scam than life coaching? Rebilling. $7.95 to get started. $40 the next day. Then again every 4 days. No warning, no consent. Every category, same shape. Sell the feeling of momentum. Withhold the thing that actually moves you. Rinse and repeat. So if you think I'm exaggerating, right, I'm going to give you some proof here. Multiple AI platforms that scan the internet for all the information that is actually necessary. And here is what one federal court proved. MOBE, My Online Business Education. The FTC shut it down in 2018 after it took $125 million from consumers with a fake 21-step system to online riches. The founder personally surrendered over $16 million plus his ownership stakes in resorts in Fiji and Costa Rica. And he was permanently banned from ever selling coaching or investment products again. That is not a rant. That's a federal court record. Now, let me get into the word that makes me want to throw my laptop across the room and puke in a bucket. Manifestation. I hate that word. Let me tell you what it actually does to people. Close your eyes, visualize it. Align with the universe. It's an utter load of nonsense, dressed up as spirituality and visualization. The University of Queensland published in a peer-reviewed journal over 1,000 participants. People who scored high on belief in manifestation felt more confident, more certain they would hit their goals faster than everyone else. And in reality, they were more likely to hold speculative investments, more likely to believe in get-rich schemes, and more likely to have actually gone bankrupt. Sit with that a second. So the belief that made them feel most in control was the exact belief that predicted them losing the most money. And even without the outright nonsense, wanting was never going to be enough anyway. You can want all you like, but if you're not going to do the work internally and externally and get out there, it's not going to work. A meta-analysis of over 400 studies found that genuine, honestly held good intentions only get converted into action about half the time. Half. That is with real intent. No manifestation involved. So I need to slow down for the next part because it matters more than anything else that I just said and that I've probably ever said publicly before. Jonathan Chase was billed as Britain's leading hypnotist by the Mail on Sunday until he died in 2024. He spent 40 years proving something on stage every single night. Tell someone under hypnosis the chair behind them is not there and they will not sit down. No matter how loudly their conscious mind insists it is real, the subconscious does not negotiate with logic. It only needs one thing: permission. Most people were never given it. Not by a parent, not by a teacher, not by the culture they grew up in. So the conscious mind sets a goal and the subconscious quietly vetoes it because somewhere along the way, nobody ever told it that it was allowed to succeed. That's the real inharmony, not laziness, a war between the part of you that wants and the part of you that was never given permission to have. It's interesting. I spoke to Jonathan Chase a few times, spent some really good, enjoyable time with him. He was a gentleman and he explained to me a lot about subconscious success because that's what he moved into later in his life. And so here is the twist that nobody in this industry saw coming, and it's not being disrupted by better coaches. It's being disrupted by something that never sleeps, never judges, and it never runs out of patience. Language models, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc. Pew Research found that 18% of 18 to 29-year-olds in the US have already used an AI chatbot for companionship or emotional support. The global coaching industry, by the International Coaching Federation's own numbers, generates around $5 billion a year. And a growing slice of that is quietly being eaten by something free that fits in your pocket. And here is the uncomfortable part. In some ways, it's doing a better job. It does not oversell you a mastermind. It does not vanish the moment it has your money. And it's there at 2:00 in the morning when no human coach is there to answer the phone. But it still cannot do the one thing that matters. It cannot give you the permission. It can validate you, mirror you, and it can tell you what you want to hear in perfectly patient sentences all day long. What it cannot do is stand or sit in the room the way Jonathan Chase used to and rewire the part of you that was never told you were allowed. So, the industry is not dying, it is mutating. The scammers are being replaced by something more efficient and less predatory. But the actual problem is sitting where it always was. And I thought I had this all figured out. Then someone on LinkedIn proved me half wrong. I want to give real credit here because this next part is not my insight, it is hers. Sarah D'Souza is an executive coach and a clarity coach. Ex-Stanford, she's been published in the Oxford Handbook of Positive Psychology as well. And she said most people are not chasing self-help for more information, which is what I was ranting about. They are chasing it for care, connection, community, and permission. And it explains why someone reaches for a chatbot at 2 a.m. instead of a course. They were never looking for a framework. They were just looking for someone or something to simply be there. She's right. And it sharpens the AI point rather than softening it. A language model can offer the care and the company. It cannot offer the permission. And anyone who knows me knows that I speak to AI models all the time. And I ask advice and I make plans. And I know many people that have used them to get through divorce, to help them with overwhelm, masses of reasons to use them. So here is where I land. Not on more content, not on more hype, real insight from people who've actually done the thing. Without the manifestation, without the fake urgency, without the guru worship, nobody manifests a mowed lawn. That is what Monday Influencer is built to be. Want more? Change your life. Subscribe to Monday Influencer. And the references are all on the blog page. Thank you.